I got a little bit of a confession to make. There's quite a bit of mail that I have not been able to get to in the last few weeks, but I'm gonna try and fix that right now. Whoa. You see, it's not because I haven't wanted to open the mail. I love getting mail. Getting mail is like the best thing ever. Everyone loves getting mail, and if you don't, that's weird to me. But I haven't had time. I've been trying to make videos, and I've been in New York, and I got stuff coming up, and there's one in particular that I really want to open that I'm super excited about, that I know is going to inspire you, because it inspires me. I already know what it is, but I kind of want to craft a little bit of a story around it so that you guys get the full message, if you will. I should also mention that the official Xbox One S giveaway has ended, so congratulations to Micah Winston. You have already been emailed, so check your inbox. I'll get that shipped out to you as soon as possible. Congrats, and thanks to everybody that participated. Also, on the note of giveaways, before we dive into this, there's still 8 more days to win a 5D Mark IV with C-Log and a 24-105 and a whole bunch of other stuff. I am giving away this camera right here, which is this one. I'm giving away a bag of coffee with the new Peter McKinnon James Coffee hat. Woo! A deck of cards, some presets, and we're also giving away an aperture light, a 120D, which is insane, with the light dome. So lots of good stuff. That link is below if you guys want to participate in that. There's 8 more days to get your name in. There's a few ways to get multiple entries in case you want to better your chances, but that is there below. And yeah, do what you will. This is the one I'm talking about. Yep. Okay, prepare to be inspired. I want to talk to, I hope, whatever. I want to talk to you guys about the contents of this box, because the contents of this box have inspired me for 10 years now. I learned about the contents of this box in 2007, and since then, it has been something that has stuck with me as a filmmaker, as a photographer, as a storyteller, as an individual, ever since then. You might be thinking to yourself, well, Pete, what's in the box, man? You gotta show me what's in the box. I plan to do that. I'm gonna zoom this out. You're gonna see the mic, but we're all friends here, right? So what do you guys care? Boom, there it is. Hey, what's up, Mike? Boosh. Here we go. Oh, I've been waiting for this for a little while. A friend of mine sent this to me. More on him later. Getting mail is a good time to be happy. I hate peanuts though. These, it's 2017. These need to be redesigned. These need to not exist. Oh yeah, boom. There's the note. Open it! I will. Hang on. Love a good old wax seal. Okay, here we go. This is a letterpress note from Jj Abrams. Let me read it to you now. Let's zoom back in for this for a second. When I was a child, my grandfather, Harry Kelvin, would often take me to Tannen's Magic in Midtown Manhattan. It was the best place in the universe. Every trick held the potential for me to shock and amaze my family. And it wasn't until many years later that I realized they were never particularly shocked or amazed. One object, however, was especially intriguing to me, a magic mystery box which contained Tannen's said $50 worth of magic for only $15. When I got home with the box, poised to rip it open, I realized that the very idea of what might be inside it was more powerful, more valuable, and more crazy compelling than whatever it actually did contain. Opening the box would somehow diminish its potential, so I decided to keep it closed. To this day, the box remains unopened. I love that. In honor of my grandfather and anyone else who has ever appreciated the power of a simple illusion, it is my pleasure to present the first Bad Robot partnership with the extraordinary Theory 11 mystery box playing cards. The choice to open the box or not is yours, Jj Abrams. So this stems from a TED Talk that Jj Abrams gave in 2007. I saw this TED Talk 10 years ago. He went on stage and started talking about this mystery box and how mystery could be more important than knowledge, and how he's used that to basically drive his career. And specifically, he was talking at the time about the show Lost and how the island was a mystery box in and of itself. And I just love the concept that mystery is more important than knowledge. Sometimes we don't need all the answers. Sometimes that the mystery itself is what's more compelling. And I love that. And I think applying that to your filmmaking, or the stuff you're making, or the stories you're telling, or the photos you're telling, I think that can be super powerful and very inspiring. So I'm gonna rip this open, but before I do, I should give you a bit of context. The guy who sent this to me, yeah, you know what, I'm not even gonna talk. Let's go back to New York City and start there.
don't know if you can hear all the horns, but take a guess as to where I am. Waiting for an Uber. Speak of the devil. Hello? How you doing? The light right now in this particular alley is phenomenal. I'm meeting with a friend of mine that I've known for ages. When I came to New York City after I called in sick at State Farm and I left my job and I was like, I'm going to New York tonight. This guy is one of the first people I met in this industry who was at the event at the same time.
Door open.
Well, the first thing I'll tell you is it smells fantastic in here. The second thing I'll tell you is it's super trendy in here. I'm digging the vibe. Oh, I guess I can take these off now. This is a cool elevator too. Whoa. Look at this hallway. What? Dude!
What's up, buddy?
So good to see you. How's it going?
Nice to see
Let's hug it out.
How are you?
Good, man.
How's your flight?
It was super fast. I didn't realize how fast it was. First things first, that hallway
It's really cool.
is the best hallway I've ever seen. How long have you lived here?
So I've been in this space for about 7 days now. Originally in New York, moved in late June. That was when Dan White was doing The Tonight Show, Jimmy Fallon.
Boosh, look at that.
Woo!
Epic.
You get complimentary
Plug.
pillows. All you gotta do is do The Tonight Show.
Oh yeah, you're pretty easy to get.
Yeah. So I moved in then, but I was in a temporary apartment because I was moving from Charleston, South Carolina, where I lived before New York. But I didn't have a place yet in New York, so I just told the people that were moving my stuff to head north, and I would tell them where I was gonna go or where I was gonna be when I got there. And then I didn't know where I was gonna be, so we did Fallon, and then I went to LA after that, and then I went from LA to San Diego with Blake Voigt. That's when we did the little thingy backstage with John Mayer, who was really awesome. That's a whole nother story. From LA to New York again, I was still in a temporary apartment. Then Blake and I did that really funny bit that was on Seth Meyers where he cuts his arms off. And then I was back in New York, and then I was in Minnesota the week after that, and then I was in Charleston.
1 hour later.
In South Carolina, the beach where I'm from, and then I moved back to New York, and I got into this apartment last week.
So 7 days. Hey, you think you've got enough playing cards here?
I just have one or two.
Just a couple in case.
This is actually, guess how many cards there are to wash.
I'm gonna say there are 430 decks.
You're exactly right. No, that's wrong. It was, I think it's 576.
Okay, not like too far off. As an ex-magician, I guess you could say. Not really an ex. I'm on hiatus, but I should have done better. Oh, for those of you guys who don't know, this is JB. He runs a crazy empire online that sells decks and this kind of thing, and he consults for Hollywood movies and producers and cool people in that world. Neil Patrick Harris and Jj Abrams and just a lot of people.
Other people.
There's a lot of people.
The decks we did with JJ, this is called the mystery box. The other mystery box is a real box made of wood, but this is the individual deck. So it comes sealed, and you buy it, and we don't show you or tell you what is inside of the actual mystery box. That's the point. If you haven't seen Jj Abrams' TED Talk where he talks about the mystery box,
Yeah,
it's
that's
really
awesome. I love it.
Amazing story.
Yeah.
And these are we did with Neil Patrick Harris, who is an avid fan of magic, lifelong fan of magic. He grew up in Albuquerque, and before he became an actor, you might have heard of him, he was a magician and still is an awesome performer and magician.
We're going to the roof because apparently there's a sweet view, and
The eclipse.
I'm all about the views. We missed the eclipse. I missed it. He was here and he didn't even bother to watch it. Come on.
It was particularly sunny though in my office.
Now you've got a bit of back history. You know who JB is, you know where this package comes from and why it all, how it all works and how it's all connected. In honor of that story and how I wholeheartedly agree with everything JJ talks about in that TED Talk. I'm not even going to attempt to open this. I'd love to, but again, just knowing that I never have is way better than opening it and knowing what's in there. So that's it for me today, guys. I hope you enjoyed this episode. I highly, highly, highly recommend you check out that TED Talk. I've linked it below. It's 10 years old, so the quality also is 10 years old, but the message is incredibly inspiring and is something that's stuck with me for the longest time. So I'm gonna find a place for this mystery box on this shelf so that every time I do a tutorial, you guys can look at it and hopefully understand where it comes from, its origin, and why it inspires me, and maybe in turn, it'll inspire you. So hit that like button if you like this video, subscribe if you aren't already, and guys, I'll see you in the next video.